Thank you and God bless. Actually, one more thing actually reminds me of a story I once heard from one of my friend Tim. We used to call him Duke Suitcase. That's very funny, right? Should we just do it one more time from the top? So tonight is President Biden's first address to Congress, so we're going to spoof that before he actually does the speech, which is always tricky to do. To work in the impression, we have one of our researchers put together a reel of speeches of Joe Biden, and I will just play it over and over again so I can practice things he does, little nuances, things, the way his voice is and the way he moves his hands, just so I can kind of get a general idea of how to do an impersonation of President Joe Biden.
Earlier today, as was referenced, I participated in the first meeting of the G7 leaders.
Tomorrow.
About investing in infrastructure.
Both of the hands. He does a lot of eye wiping, I will say.
Remember that old proverb? For one
Remember that old? It's kind of like, remember? Almost like he just got over a cold. And he's kind of like, he's very innocent standing. He almost feels like one of the little rascals or something. Like he just ate the last cookie or something.
Workers and corporate leaders, Republicans and Democrats.
Very nasally, which is what I am anyway, so I could probably do that. He wears some decent pocket squares with little points that I know our wardrobe can knock out. But let me just see, let me hear his voice again.
The United States
which
is determined
like all of a
to
sudden-
engage with you in the history of the United States of America. Excuse me. You know this people for the soul of America.
I just said that. It's crazy. But that's all right. I think our take on Biden has been these kind of stories that he has, that relate to the subject that he's talking about. But sometimes the stories are too long and a little bizarre. I knew a guy named who used to be called Mississippi Jack. He would climb up a flagpole and stand next to it horizontally, and he could pretend he's a human flag, and we would all go out and salute him. Something that bizarre. Of course, he doesn't do that, but that's the whole joke of it. I've been watching this for an hour. It's 1:30, and we have to do the show at 5 o'clock. But we're gonna pre-tape this probably around 2:30. So we have a good script. I think it's really funny. I gotta get a wig and makeup and all that. All right, here we go. Step into the hair and makeup room. Here we go. And we're not gonna fast forward this. We're gonna do it in real time. So get ready for 2 hours of great behind the scenes footage. So much work went into it and you can't tell when you watch it. Look at this, it's already happening. When I was a kid, if you wanted to get across the river, you'd have to try a long jump. I knew you did the pocket square. I just knew it. I didn't even have to ask you. I knew it. Yes! Holy moly. What? How? It's just insane. The attention to detail.
We added the stripe in the middle here and with ribbons to create the same time that Joe had.
Hey, Beth.
You look great.
Thanks,
Oh
pal.
my god.
Crazy,
It's
right?
so crazy.
You love us a punch.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, that's what
At Addison Creek or something?
Addison Creek, you said?
Yeah. So you catch a big, I don't know why. So you catch
It's funny, I don't know.
big catch. Who can get the big catch? The Addison Creek. It's gonna be like, and now President Joe Biden?
I think so. And then we're gonna white flash. We were showing the best moment.
Oh, I see.
Would it be funny if towards the end we both stand perfectly still with our arms stretched out, trying to outlast the other, like you acted out, and then we just white flash off on that?
Yeah, that's funny.
We both stand perfectly still with our arms up. Try to outlast the other one.
Great.
Good.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
I wasn't. Hey, guys.
Good job.
I think by the end, they kind of got better into the character, right?
That's stupid.
Duke suitcase? That was Brad and Nick, but we cut it out, but I'm like, we gotta go back. All right, so we did the sketch. I think I got there more towards the end of it, but now it's up to the editors and the writers and our, and our producer to make sure we have the right takes on everything, and then we'll play in front of the audience and see what happens, see what sticks. All right, I gotta go get ready for a monologue. Bye. As earlier tonight, President Biden addressed a joint session of Congress for the first time as president. It was a great speech, and in case you missed it, we put together some of the more interesting moments. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Madam Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans. Tomorrow marks the first 100 days of my presidency, and our vaccine rollout has been a big success. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least one dose, and I tell you, modern medicine sure has changed a lot from back when I was a kid. Used to be, you'd go to your doctor and say, "Listen, Jack, I got my knees all scraped up trying to catch a big earthworm." You use it to get the biggest catch over at Addison Creek. Excuse me. Thank you, and God bless. Actually, one more thing. Actually reminds me of a story I once heard from my friend named Tim. His nickname was Duke Suitcase.
This has been the President of the United States.
Duke suitcase. Stick around, we'll be right back.